Welcome to another episode of This Ain't It, where we talk about the destructive culture and behavior that continues to lead our youth to death or incarceration. And I'm live here from a California state prison to let our youth know this ain't it.
Waking up in the cell, this ain't it. Life is a living hell, this ain't it. Food tastes like trash, this ain't it. Lord, please forgive my past, this ain't it. What you're doing in the street, is it worth it? Death or prison, only two things, that's for certain.
My name is Ali, the social scientist, hosting for Perry today. Dusty, what up?
Nothing much, man. Hope everything is good with you.
All is well. I just want to drop this word of the day on them first.
Go for it.
Men do not attract that which they want, but that which they are. Meaning, you can want everything, and you can want a lot for yourself and others, but whatever you are is what you're really going to attract to yourself. You can be living in poverty and have a rich spirit and attract the resources that you need to claw your way up out of that. And vice versa, you can be living in the riches and have a poor spirit and blow it all. I just look at the examples of MC Hammer, who blew 50 mil, Suge Knight, who blew 100 mil, Mike Tyson, who blew 300 mil, and most recently, Bankman Friedman, the CEO of FTX Crypto, who blew $1 billion operation. Whatever you are, it's going to come to the light.
Love that, man. I love that. Hope all is well during this holiday season. Let's talk a little bit about some of your experiences behind bars. Mainly the bad and the ugly. Can you talk to us about a little bit about? First of all, I talked to Perry about his time in the shoe and the hole. Have you ever spent any time in there?
Yeah, I've been to the hole a few times here and there, but it's not one of the places that I like to go.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
I've learned to avoid that. Yeah, I've learned to avoid that outcome in the 22 years total that I got in prison. One of the things is that when I came into prison at 19 on my first term, I had built a reputation for myself on the street, so I didn't feel compelled to come inside the prison system and start messing up and trying to build me a name in here. A lot of the guys knew me from the street, the young guys anyway, and the older guys, they respected the way that I moved. So I never felt compelled to raise my hand or be eager to go out there and do something that had nothing to do with me or something that I really just couldn't get behind. And I was able to move through the system like that without getting into a whole lot of trouble, a whole lot of violence. You know what I mean? And so that was one of the things that came back to kind of bite me in the behind, because the judge and the probation officer and the people who are responsible for looking into your history before sentencing and resentencing and all of those type of things, the question came up in the probation report is that how or why does he not show the same tendencies, the same violent tendencies while incarcerated that he does on the street? On the street, he increases in sophistication and violence from all the way from petty crimes up to bank robberies and murders. But in prison, he seems to fly straight, And so I have to explain and be accountable for my behavior and my mentality and how that comes about.
Wow. What are some of the bad things about the shoe, about the hole? Give us the gritty, the grimy, the ugly.
I mean, the worst part about being in solitary confinement is that it's solitary. In most situations, you're going to be in there by yourself with nothing but 3 walls and a door to look at all day. There's no, in the early stages of going into the hole and whatnot, you don't have no property or anything like that. The only thing you got is what can fit under the door that somebody can send you, And so you're going to spend a lot of time by yourself on that door, listening to other people conversate or trying to spark up conversations with people that talking through a crack or in some cases honeycomb door. It got holes in it like a fence. Talking to people that you can't even see because of the way that the building is designed. You can't even see the person you're talking to. It's just it's real nerve-wracking. I mean, and the sad part about it is that after you've done it a few times and you've gotten used to it, you become numb to the whole experience and you don't even care anymore in a lot of situations. Like, that's just what it is.
You know, it's the holidays right now. A lot of people are out here, you know, eating ham and turkey and collard greens and mashed potatoes and cornbread and all that. Can you talk to us about the food situation behind bars and especially in solitary confinement?
Yeah, man, the food, the holidays, they try to serve you a little taste of home. They switch the menu up a little bit. 4th of July, you might get hot dogs and hamburgers. Christmas and Thanksgiving, you might get a turkey ham slice, you know, some things of that nature, a little dinner roll. And, you know, it kind of looks like a home meal, but there's nothing that compares to mom's or grandma's cooking. Irony in all of that is that one time I was in the county jail in the Twin Town, LA, and Thanksgiving came around. This was in 2007. I had came down from the feds. I was fighting my state case, and I was just miserable. And I remember looking at it, and I was just totally disgusted with what I had been served. And I ended up eating that food anyway. And so I had to really lay back and reflect on that. And I said, you know what? Aside from that, it was me cursing that food. I should have said my blessings over that food. And I've never done that again. I've never really sat down, looked at what was being served to me, and just cursed it like that. I learned my lesson. Be thankful, be grateful for whatever you got, because there's a lot of people in here who don't have much of anything. And these meals, even though they look like something you might get served at the Mission downtown, for some people who have lived downtown and in dire circumstances, dire straits, it's a blessing, and I have to humble myself to that.
Waking up in the cell, this ain't it. Life is a living hell, this ain't it. Food tastes like trash, this ain't it. Lord, please forgive my past, this ain't it. What you're doing in the street, is it worth it? Death or prison, only two things, that's for certain. Waking up in the cell, this ain't it. Life is a living hell, this ain't it. Food tastes like trash, this ain't it. Lord, please forgive my past, this ain't it. What you're doing in the street, is it worth it? Death or prison, only two things, that's for certain. Waking up in the cell, this ain't it. Life is a living hell, this ain't it. Food tastes like trash, this ain't it. Lord, please forgive my past, this ain't it. What you're doing in the street, is it worth it? Death or prison, only two things, that's for certain. Waking up in the cell, this ain't it. Life is a